What's up, guys? Rick here with my top 5 sleepers for this week's WGC Workday Championship. These are golfers that are a little bit further down the betting board, or golfers that I just think will be under-owned, maybe fly in a bit underneath the radar. So we'll go through those here quickly, but this is last call. A lot of these sports books have put out unbelievable offers for free bets and deposit bonuses and all that stuff for the Super Bowl. And they're usually for the entire month, and those are coming to an end. So last call, go to RickRunGood.com/bets. Not a last call for that website, but a lot of the good offers are there to take advantage of them if you have not yet. But otherwise, yeah, let's jump into this. All right, let's start with Tyrrell Hatton, and I don't really care that he's 22-1. I don't really care that he's $9,600 and he's not a sleeper. I literally think people have forgotten that Tyrrell Hatton exists. That's why he's a sleeper here, right? He has not played a PGA Tour event since November. And quite frankly, we live in a very American-centric space where if these guys play on the European Tour, we don't know what they're up to. But what Hatton was up to was being really great and continuing to be great. So his 4 starts since his last PGA Tour start, it was the DP World Tour Championship. That's the conclusion of the race to Dubai. Finished 8th there. Then he won in Abu Dhabi. Then he finished 22nd in Dubai. And then in his most recent start, a T6 in Saudi Arabia. That is the event that Dustin Johnson won. It was an absolutely stacked field. That's Hatton, and that's what he does. He continues to win 5 victories worldwide since the start of 2019. He is, by all accounts, on a worldwide stage, a prolific winner. He does not play often. He wins a large percentage of the time over his last, 25 starts or so. And here we are at a WGC event, and Hatton does not back down in these situations. He plays well in Florida, right? He won the Arnold Palmer Invitational last year. Stacked field, deep field, difficult course. 72 of the best players in the world here this week in Florida. I don't think the course is going to be as difficult, but I don't think it's going to be a pushover. I think Hatton owns a larger percentage of the win equity than maybe we want to believe. He's that good. His game is in great shape. I think he's a great play for this week. Next up is Tommy Fleetwood. I see him at 55-1 to win this golf tournament. He's $8,900 on DraftKings. Sensing a trend here? Guys that we're not thinking about. We are in such a great position where the top end players are all playing pretty well, right? Dustin Johnson, Jon Rahm, Xander Schauffele, Patrick Cantlay, phenomenal, all in peak form. Easy to forget about Tyrrell Hatton. Easy to forget about Tommy Fleetwood, who played that same RSM Classic as his last PGA Tour start as Tyrrell Hatton did. 3 starts on the European Tour since. He's gone 7th in Abu Dhabi, 17th in Dubai, and 26th at that Saudi International event. Tommy Fleetwood was really Tony Finau before Tony Finau was, right? A guy who contends a lot and doesn't win. And when we see Tommy at his best, he is exact with his driver. He is exact and precise with his approaches, and that is exactly what you're going to need from the concession this week. And I think that Tommy Fleetwood, I'm not even kidding. Tommy Fleetwood literally was Tony Finau in fantasy circles, right? Incredibly popular, big-time birdie maker, would contend but would never win. That title has just been transferred to Tony, and I wonder if we all just forget about Tommy Fleetwood. So this is a really interesting place for him to get back at it. First start here in the States in a while. I think it's a course that sets up fairly well for him. And $8,900 is a pretty fair price for a guy who has historically made a lot of birdies and can contend in golf tournaments. I'm actually pretty excited about it. Next, I'm looking at Harris English, who's 60-1 to win the golf tournament. He's $7,500 on DraftKings, and it's a really weird situation for Harris English. For a long time, he was one of the best players on tour, about 12 months, 18 months or so. Then he finally wins at the Tournament of Champions, and he hasn't been good. Made the cut at the Sony. I think he finished 32nd, not great. Back-to-back missed cuts. He's had a couple of weeks off. I think we need this reset. We need this reset for Harris English, because let me remind you how good he was. I pulled up the stats for just the 2021 season and the 2020 season. So this season and last season. Strokes gained total in this field, Harris English, the 11th best player in this field. Think about that. He's averaging 1.44 strokes gained per round. It is better than Tony Finau. It is better than Patrick Reed. It's better than Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, and just about everybody else on the PGA Tour. And that includes kind of these last couple of starts that haven't been so good. And nobody above Harris English has played as many rounds as he has. So this is a really complete player, a guy who went on a long, sustained stretch of really good top 10, top 12 golf on the PGA Tour, who just won a golf tournament like 4 starts ago. I'm back. This price has, like, his play has dropped off, but this price has dropped off much faster. So I think this is a bit of an overreaction on Harris English. I'm back in. I think he makes for a very interesting play this week. Jason Day is $7,800 on DraftKings. He is 70 to 1 to win this golf tournament. And let me just say, there is no safety. There is no security in Jason Day. What he lacks in security, he has in upside, which I think is pretty interesting because you look at his recent results. He's basically missed the cut in half of his events, 3 of his last 6, but he has offset each one of those with a top 15 finish. T7 in Houston, T12 at the RSM, T7 in his most recent start at Pebble Beach. And I do think, from what I can tell about the Concession Golf Club, these raised greens that run off kind of in all directions are going to be really tricky. You're going to have to be able to have a good short game. You're going to have to be able to get up and down for par to make a good score and save your round. And that is what Jason Day did at Pebble Beach. It is what I think he can do at the Concession. Again, there is little to no confidence in his security, in his floor, but I do think he does possess more upside than a lot of the other guys in a similar pricing range or in a similar spot on the betting board. And finally, Will Zalatoris. He is $8,000 on DraftKings. He is 70 to 1 to win this golf tournament. And is there anything he can't do? Seriously, is there anything? He's coming off another top 15 at Riviera last week, and we have thrown everything at Will Zalatoris. We've thrown our hardest courses, Winged Foot, cashes a top 10 there. We've thrown our deepest fields, Genesis, T15 there. We've thrown him iconic places, difficult conditions, 2-course rotation, Torrey Pines, top 10 there. We said, you know what, go to Bermuda and go to Punta Cana and play some of these weak field events. No problem. T16, T8 in those two. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you throw at him. Since he stepped foot on the PGA Tour, he has a very small sample size, but in that small sample size, he is one of the best approach players on the tour. If he continues that, he's going to contend a lot, which is what he's already doing. He's eventually going to win. I think that we get to a place now where none of these guys really have any competitive professional experience at the Concession Golf Club. And that levels the playing field for a lot of guys. And it levels the playing field for guys who every single week are seeing the course for the first time as a professional, for the first time in competition. And Will Zalatoris does that, and he does it in an amazing way nearly every single week. So I'm a big believer in the kid. I don't know what questions he has to answer for us anymore. He's been awesome. I can't wait to see him win eventually. There you go. My top 5 sleepers for this week's WGC Workday Championship. Let me know what you think. Let me know who I left off. Honorable mention, Carlos Ortiz. Honorable mention, some of these guys even deeper down the board. Let me know. Tweet me at RickRunGood. Leave a comment below. Best of luck this week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.